Now, at this point in our installation process, everything that we've done has been related to installing SOLIDWORKS PDM Standard. Now, let's say an amount of time has gone by and you've decided that you want to upgrade this to the SOLIDWORKS PDM Professional. I'm going to go ahead and go through that process before adding any vaults and creating any complications that'll arise during it. It's a pretty simple process. So you can see here, as in the other videos, I have my remote desktop connection to my server location. I'm going to go ahead and open up the control panel, go to uninstall a program, slide down to SOLIDWORKS PDM server. I'm going to right click and do a change on this. Now, similar to before when we modified it to make sure that we had the archive database and client servers all installed, we're going to go through the install Shield Wizard again. So we're going to hit next. Again, we're going to choose modify. And at this point, we're going to select SOLIDWORKS PDM Professional. Before we had done everything with SOLIDWORKS PDM Standard, now we're going to transition into the SOLIDWORKS PDM Professional installation. So we go ahead and hit next. You'll notice, unlike before, we have some more options here. We have the web server and web 2 server. Again, we're not going to be doing any web server activities or installations as part of this video series. Large companies tend to use these, but it's sort of a course in itself. And these are used mostly for remotely accessing your vaults around the world. All right, as you can see, I've got my archive server selected, my database server selected, and my client selected. Let's go ahead and click next. Here you'll see again, I've got the SOLIDWORKS PDM CAD editor selected. Previously, we went through what the contributor and viewer stand for, but very quickly, contributors can add data and modify data that isn't CAD related, and viewers can simply view the data that's in the vault, where a CAD editor has full permissions if granted. Let's hit next. Here you see we have a few options. We can integrate all of the Microsoft Office tools so that we can use PDM right inside of Office. I do this myself on my client station, but for the server location, this isn't going to be required. And the same goes for all the other add-ins. So as you can see, though, to note, we also have add-ins for Inventor and AutoCAD. So PDM is not exclusive to SOLIDWORKS. You can use it for data management of all kinds of file types. So let's go ahead and click next. Here we're going to find the name of our SQL server hosting the PDM database. So we're going to click on Browse and just wait a second while that populates. We're going to choose the local server. Now we're going to type in our administrator password for the SQL server. Again, you'll want to make sure that you have this noted somewhere. Go ahead and click Next, and then click Install. All right, now you can see that we have to update our archive server configuration as well. So let's go ahead and walk through that. Again, our available users are already pre-populated. So I'm also going to add the administrator for the unit that I'm working on and hit Finish. Now, with most of our installation processes, we do have to do a restart. So I'm in my remote desktop session right now. I'm going to go ahead and click Yes. This machine is going to restart. My remote desktop connection is going to drop out. And now we simply wait for the server machine to come back up, and we can reestablish our connection. Now that we know that our server machine has been rebooted and is up and running, let's go ahead and connect our remote desktop connection again and verify that everything's been installed properly and updated. So now that we're back in, we'll go ahead and take a look at the control panel. Here in our program list, we can see we've got PDM server, license manager, and SQL server still. So everything looks good here. If we go into our drop-down, we've got SOLIDWORKS PDM with all of the tools we've already installed and updated, a license manager, and it looks like everything's going well. So from this point forward, we're going to be proceeding with everything in SOLIDWORKS PDM Professional.